once began as a test for man has turned into a fury of pulling power. From air-launching monster trucks to the quest for speed and time, the unlimited matching of wheels and motors has sent us spinning into the world of wheel power, power-packed motorsports. It's the excitement of power that puts man on the edge and the quest for victory that takes him over.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Wheel Power, the program that brings you all the action on tractor and truck pulling. Hi, everybody, I'm Dave Grimm. Tonight, we're coming to you from the Indiana State Fair Coliseum in Indianapolis, Indiana, for the 16th annual nationwide Kendall Indy Super Pull, sponsored by Bill Estes Chevrolet. Over 30,000 people are expected here for this three-day extravaganza of horsepower. The two-wheelers, the four-wheel drive trucks, the super stock tractors, and the big modifieds will roar down this 240-foot track. So we hope you enjoy the 16th annual nationwide Kendall Indy Super Pull from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Celebrate all the excitement of baseball with Grand Slam, the home video featuring Dick Schaap and Billy Crystal. Catch the excitement of the inside secrets of the game told by 40 of baseball's greatest legends. Own actual record-breaking plays. The excitement of stars talking about their heroes. Great pitchers revealing their secrets. Great hitters discuss how they mastered their special techniques. Action plays by the people who made it happen. Get your Grand Slam home video today. An exclusive TV offer not available in any store. To order, call this toll-free Grand Slam number now. 2 hours of the greatest moments in baseball, featuring 40 of the most famous players, managers, and umpires for only $39.95. Order now and receive free the 64-page book on baseball cards featuring 120 players, plus a discount coupon worth up to $20 towards 4 famous baseball videos. Order now and receive up to $25 in free gifts. It's a Grand Slam.
Sir, the traitors are taking America! Move out the men of metal! Move out the fighter pilots!
Men of metal. Army specialists you command from your chest.
Move out! Marines! SWAT team!
Experts trained to stop the traitors.
Panic in Detroit! Roll out the armored transport!
These guys are tough.
These guys are men of metal!
Transport and figures sold separately. There are 18 different figures in the Men of Metal collection, the army you carry on your chest.
Let's take a look at our next class, the two-wheel drive trucks. They've become very popular the last couple of years in pulling competition around the country because they're noisy, they've got the supercharged engines, they've got about 1,500 horsepower altogether in a 6,200-pound chassis. So there's a lot of horsepower to the weight ratio of the pulling vehicle.
Now, a truck from my end of the continent, from just about 10 miles on the east side of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Harry Shillington, homegrown.
All right, let's set the stage. Here's our test puller. 240 feet is the length of the track. The track is approximately 40 feet wide. The drivers have got to keep it between the white lines. The sled is weighing in at approximately 50,000 pounds. Our number one hook in the two-wheel drive class tonight, Harry Shilling.
All right, there you go, Dodge fans, laying down the test run. And Dave Grimm, he's got the option right here, right now, as the rule book says, to either take this pull or decline it and come back and do it again.
All righty, so they'll be discussing things out at trackside along with the track officials. Now, a new wrinkle at this year's event is what we call guaranteed pull-off. We will bring back the top 2 in each class for a pull-off. And that's going to be a very exciting feature.
Mr. Johnny Potts out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, with a Budweiser Excalibur case. He was the number 1 man all summer long. He was the guy to beat. Very, very tough competitor. Started out at the beginning of last year running 2 vehicles. Johnny decided we're going to go for a World Championship Series points win, but we need to focus our attention. So we're only going to do it with 1 vehicle. They put all of their efforts into this 1 vehicle. The Arius Power is the stronger of the 2 of them, and he's had a tremendous summer, Dave.
So far, it looks like the trucks have been running just a little bit heavy on the nose, but they don't want to take big chances. They want to have those trucks properly balanced, but they don't want to run so light on the front that they have handling problems.
All right, back in right now out of West Alexandria, Ohio, Craig Huff. Craig Huff running 575 cubic inches of Arias racing engine.
Craig Huff will be our second puller. Harry Schillings has decided to decline his pull, so Craig will be going after John Pott's pull of 210.9 feet.
All right, hooked on right now, Craig Huff out of West Alexandria, Ohio. And I'll tell you, Dave Grimm, it looks like Craig Huff has got this thing figured out. He got a good, clean hole shot with a good head of steam up out the first 75 to 100 feet.
John, there's quite an interesting story behind this next puller, because LD Nation out of Pleasanton, Kansas, was out of pulling for several years. He was a very famous modified tractor puller. In fact, he drove one of the old Banner Brothers triple-engine modified tractors. LD tore up the tracks throughout the Midwest, and then he got out of pulling. Well, now he's back in the two-wheel drive truck category, and he's running strong. Let's see what he does here at the nationwide Kendall Indy Super Pull. Boot Hill Delivery, driven by LD Nation out of Pleasanton, Kansas. He'll be followed by the national champion, Jim Brockman, with the In-Laws and Outlaws. Ed Hilton and Floyd Toy, team number 2. Then it'll be Mark Downing, Floyd Hilton, and Jim Brockman. One of the strongest fields of two-wheel drive trucks ever assembled here in the Indy Super Pull in Indianapolis. So here comes the former modified tractor puller, now on the track in a little different kind of vehicle, a 1934 Ford delivery van. And John, it's nice to see him back in pulling.
This truck finished number 4 on the World Championship Series point series. LD Nation!
Missed his weight, as you can see. He came down the track. The front end was up in the air. He was headed to the right-hand side of the track, so he definitely missed his weight by a couple hundred pounds. But because he's got so much horsepower under the hood of this 34 Ford delivery van, he was able to power out of it, and he's going to be right up here at the top of the standings this evening at the Indy Super Bowl. LD Nation getting used to this two-wheel drive truck.
Legend of the Muy Grande. This is the story of one of the most prestigious of all deer contests and honor hunters who are good enough or lucky enough to come away with the biggest of the big bucks, the Muy Grande. It's the story of real hunters with real kills taped in real situations. It portrays an adventure in the heart of what many say is the most prolific white-tailed deer country in the nation. This tape lets you witness rarely seen rutting behavior, such as rubs and scrapes. Learn how trophy hunters use their skills and techniques to bag the big one. If you're serious about white-tailed deer hunting, then this tape should be in your library.
To order your copy of the ultimate white-tailed deer hunting experience, please call 1-800-842-5500 or send $29.95 plus $5 shipping and handling to Deer Video Offer, P.O. Box 801616, Department SP1, Houston, Texas. That's 1-800-842-5500. Visa, MasterCard, and American Express accepted.
Barkley does a reverse. It's Clyde Drexler. What a dunk! Here comes Dominique. Starting lineup Slam Dunk Superstars. You can get one free with 5 proofs of purchase. Pick your favorite from 6 great Slam Dunkers. Isaiah, Magic, Bird. Captured in mid-action, suspended in mid-air. Each with his own court and basket. Just buy 5 starting lineup figures. Send 5 proofs of purchase here, plus your name, address, first and second choice. Dominique, Jordan, Ewing. Slam Dunk Superstars. They're free, so you better hustle. Offer will end.
Brockman's the guy to beat. Brockman is the guy that experimented with Aries. Brockman's the guy that has been experimenting with lock-up, 2-stage, 3-stage clutches, much the same as in drag racing. Needs to beat 2:18-9, the number 1 position currently held by LD Nation.
Well, Jim Brockman, the most successful two-wheel drive truck puller most people would say in the country today. The former mini rod national champion. Let's see what he can do here tonight. So Jim Brockman has taken the lead here tonight at the Indy Super Pull. Jim Brockman, you ran light on the front end. Was that by design?
Yeah, I watched the other guys coming down the track, and nobody seemed to be picking it up, so we took a little bit of a gamble. We had it really a little lighter than we should have, but it worked, so we can't complain.
Horsepower track tonight?
Oh, definitely. This track saw his horsepower track here.
Can't tell the difference. It was just laid in the last 48 hours, huh?
Well, I don't think it's quite as good as it was last year, but still, compared to most indoor tracks, this is terrific.
All righty, boy, this is your home state. You'd love to win it. What do you think of the new format of the top two coming back for the pull-off?
I'm not sure. Got mixed emotions about it, but we'll see how it goes this weekend. It might be a real good deal for the spectators and for the sport.
So far, you and LD, he would be tough.
Oh, yeah, LD, all these guys are tough, Dave. You know that.
All righty, Brockman, though, is he maybe the toughest in the U.S. today. Back to you, John. He was our test puller originally in this class. He dropped 6 positions after making that inaugural run. Let's see what he can do now. The second time around, Harry Schillings out of Nettleton, Ontario, homegrown, the 1988 Dodge Ram.
Dave, a much better run for Harry this time around. Unfortunately, not enough to catch Brockman, but nevertheless a good, solid run. He's definitely out further than where he was the first time around. Dan Walsh doing the driving, 640 cubic inch of Ford Arias powers. They're big grain farmers up in the Linden, Boston, Wisconsin area, and it's a family affair. Fathers and sons and modified tractors and two-wheel drive pulling. Dave, everybody's involved in this family of pulling. And these guys are some of the best. The Walsh family out of Linden Station, Wisconsin, with the Irish Challenger.
The truck was jiggling back and forth, was not hooked up to the track.
These guys have a penchant for the color purple. Absolutely everything these guys own involved in tractor pulling has the color purple or mauve in it. These guys wear purple hats, purple shoes, purple socks, purple underwear, and of course 2 very strong purple funny car style two-wheel drive pullers. 1981 Dodge Omni.
Well, Floyd Hilton has become a very popular puller here in the state of Indiana.
You know, Dave, talking about tough pullers, they're also just plain nice guys. Great family, the Hilton family out of Winnemac, Indiana.
Difficult to recognize Floyd's Toy 2 as a Dodge Omni, but that's what it is. Long wheelbase. That engine is way out in front of the car to balance the car properly. Here's the new puller now from northern Indiana, Columbia City to be exact, Mark Downing of the Downing team. It's a 1969 Chevrolet. I talked with them in the pit area earlier. They just got this truck together in the last couple of days. And they've got a lot of fans here today from Columbia City, Indiana. They call him Go Shaker, Go Shaker. And here they are, the Columbia City, Indiana fans will stand up and cheer their favorite on from the northeastern part of the Hoosier State, the Downing team. Heartland of the Midwest. And here's the guy they came to see. Mark Downing, congratulations, a good solid run. But I got to ask you, were you a little nervous?
Well, we missed the weight pretty bad on the front end. First time down here, we guessed wrong.
At least you got down the track and she held together.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll do better.
All right, Mark Downing, Columbia City, Indiana. A little nervous and a little light on the front end as he came down the track. Back to you, John.
We'll be right back for the final two pullers.
I'm Robert Stack. I'm proud to know Ronald Reagan as a friend and as a great president. I would like you to join me in commemorating 8 years of the Ronald Reagan presidency. Now, you can have this commemorative medallion, a permanent tribute to the Ronald Reagan era of American history, at the official issue price of $10. His genuine affection for our country and her people has made Ronald Reagan one of the most popular and best-loved presidents. This medallion has been engraved in exacting detail, is precision minted in solid pewter. It's the size of a silver dollar and is layered in 24-karat gold and offered for a limited time. It's a lasting tribute to this great leader and a way to preserve this period of American history for yourself and your children.
Order your Ronald Reagan commemorative medallions today for yourself or as a gift. This valuable collector's issue is sure to be treasured for years to come. Pay the $10 issue price plus $2 each for delivery. There is a limit of 3 medallions per order. Call this toll-free number now.
I'm sunk. Hey, you're not sunk. You're unsinkable. When you power up with a complete Cheerios breakfast, you're unsinkable. Follow me.
You're unsinkable with those Cheerios. You're never sunk with those unsinkable O's.
Let's go.
You stay on top. You're powered to go.
All right.
You're never sunk with Cheerios.
Are you thinkable?
Unsinkable.
Yeah.
You're never sunk with those Cheerios.
As summer moves closer, the action is heating up in Allentown, Pennsylvania, as Hart Productions brings its convoy of trucks and tractors to the Allentown Fairgrounds, June 16th and 17th. You'll see 7,000 and 9,000-pound super stocks, supercharged wheel-standing two-wheel drive, and the 7,000 and 9,000-pound classics of the multi-engine drag rail, all in 2 big shows, June 16th and 17th in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Then it's on to Lewisburg, West Virginia, at the West Virginia State Fairgrounds, June 23rd and 24th. See super stock tractors, multi-engine tractors, and the ground-digging four-wheel drive, June 23rd and 24th in Lewisburg, West Virginia. Only on the World Championship Pulling Series. And don't forget to order your favorite shows. Don't forget to send name, address, and show requests. We're back for more Power Pack Motorsports with only 2 pullers left. First, Floyd's Toy 1, then Jim Brockman's In-Laws Outlaws.
That means that the 1969 Porsche 912 Floyd's Toy team, driven by Floyd Hilton out of Winamac, Indiana, will be up next. This fiberglass body on a very stout chassis. He went from a 454 Chevrolet a year ago to the Big Aries. He went from a $15,000 engine to a $30,000 engine. And it's paying off for Floyd Hilton.
A great run for Floyd Hilton out of Winamac, Indiana, with Floyd's Toy number 1.
Floyd Hilton, a real good run at 2:32 and 10. You came up about a foot and a half short. What happened?
Well, I just don't know. I had a good run, you know, and I was satisfied, but I just don't know. Jim's got an awful big motor, and Jim's an awful good puller. But, you know, Dave, it's sort of funny. I've been pulling a long time, but this is the first time that I come in my mind to win.
All right, you really felt that, man, this was going to be your class here tonight. And you got a lot of fans here in Indiana, and you've risen up so well in the two-wheel drive truck pulling ranks. You got to feel good.
Yeah, I feel awful good. You know, I've made a lot of friends all over the United States, Canada.
And here it is, Dave, coming in, the number 2 truck in America this summer out of New Haven, Indiana, the number 2 truck of Jim Brockman. Let's take a look. The Kodiak-sponsored In-Laws and Outlaws.
sky for the Kodiak, but Jim Brockman will be back for the pull-off in his other vehicle, a 1908 Chevy Sea-Cab, pulling against Floyd Hilton's Floyd's Toy 1.
A new feature here at the 1989 Indy Super Pull is the top two coming back of the class. The Indy Super Pull decided to throw in a new wrinkle. So we bring back the top two in every class, whether or not they've made full pulls, and we go into sudden death overtime. We think the fans here will like it, and it will catch on throughout the country.
Jim only beat Floyd's Toy by 1.5 feet in the first round, so this could be close.
Over 28 million adults get athlete's foot.
I'm Jim Bird. I had athlete's foot until I used NP27. It has an ingredient recommended by doctors.
Look, NP27 stops the burning, itching of athlete's foot fast.
NP27. Nothing's a better cure for athlete's foot.
Thousands have discovered the luxury, quality, and durability of the best value in conversion, Southern Coach. For the name of your Southern Coach dealer, call 1-800-877-6348. Southern Coach, traditions in excellence since 1979.
Everyone hates what potholes and salt do to your car. The Good Door Store knows that. That's why they make your life a whole lot easier by fixing the damage winter does. The Good Door Store replaces fenders, doors, body and truck parts. They even carry rust-free gas tanks, shipping everything in from Texas. No salt in Texas, just sunshine. Stop by the Good Door Store, 19 through 24 South Park Avenue, Buffalo, or call 822-3304 for an appointment. Let the Good Door Store put the shine back in your car.
Somewhere not too far away lies the Big G Treasure Club, where you can get great gifts like a camera, or a telephone, a pogo ball, or a portable stereo. It's easy. Don't send anybody. Just collect these proofs of purchase for boxes of Tricks, Lucky Charms, Cocoa Puffs, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Fruity Yummy Mummy, or Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal.
And the more of these you collect, the better Treasure Club gifts you can get. Yo ho ho!
Have you heard what Cheerios has done? Listen to the sounds of a new apple cinnamon Cheerios. Have you heard the new apple sweet crunch? Apple sweet and great to eat. The new apple sweet crunch that'll shake you up is part of this complete breakfast. Listen to the sounds of a new apple cinnamon Cheerios.
Jim Brockman, who was the #1 qualifier for the pull-off here tonight, has the 1908 Chevrolet Sea-Cab, but the engine is slightly newer. A 1988 version of the big aluminum block Aries engine, and it has done him so well the last couple of years since he started using it over the Rodex. So Jim Brockman will be in the enviable position of being in the #1 spot here in the pull-off.
And Dave talking about new Chevrolet, here's an old one, 1908 Chevy Sea-Cab, powered by Aris Power, big cubic inch, prepared by Rick Kipley out of Sock City, Wisconsin, maintained by Paul Higgins, the team of Jim Brockman. Once again, finishing #1 in the World Championship Series. He was the first one to full pull tonight, and he is the man to beat. Brockman, one of the toughest in the sport, and one of the most professional. Very intense competitor that loves to win and works very, very hard at it. If you get a chance after the show, if you've not been down, have a look at the pit area at Brockman display area. Down to you, Dave.
The Battle of Indiana, ladies and gentlemen. The In-Laws and the Outlaws pulling team. Jim Brockman will be up #1, followed by his tough competitor, Floyd Hilton and Floyd's Toy Team #2. They were only separated by 1.5 feet the first time around here in the first round of competition at the nationwide Kendall Indy Super Pull. Jim Brockman. Jim Brockman has now pulled in the enviable position of the first puller in the pull-off. We've come back with the top two in this class. Jim Brockman now the man to beat at 205.5, and his tough competitor from the state of Indiana, Floyd Hilton, will be up next with Floyd's Toy #1. They may have a few less cubic inches, but they don't have any less desire. They're going to push the pedal to the metal and go for the flag out there on the track. Son Ed is out there helping his dad get fired up as they squirt the gasoline in the supercharger. Even though these are alcohol supercharged engines, they squirt gasoline in the supercharger to fire them up. And he's just thrilled to be in the pull-off along with his good buddy Jim Brockman from northeastern Indiana. So a battle of Indiana, a battle of the Hoosiers here. Brockman in the lead at 2:05.5. And here's his tough competitor, Floyd's toy, Floyd Hilton out of Winamac, Indiana. It's the Porsche, a 912 Porsche like you might see racing in Europe. But here is pulling tonight the big Aries engine, the Nationwide Kendall Indy Super Pull. This would literally set him on end and send him to the moon if he wanted. Let's see if he can do it. Floyd Hilton.
Well, Dave Grimm, all I can say is I'm glad you're the guy that's going to interview Floyd because you won't be able to hold him still. He will be so excited.
He has done it, ladies and gentlemen. Here, let's hear it for him as he climbs out of the Porsche 912. Floyd Hilton from Winamac, Indiana, has pulled the upset of the weekend. Floyd Hilton has won his first Indy Super Pull, beating Jim Brockman. We're going to get him over here with an interview right now as he is congratulated by the World Championship Pulling Series officials. And Floyd Hilton has pulled the upset. Well, I believe he just had a little chew of tobacco in there. It's a good thing. It's a good thing you didn't swallow the tobacco out there, Floyd.
I've done that a time or two.
Listen, spectacular fashion. You really walked all over Jim Brockman. What happened?
Well, you know, it's sort of a funny story. I got a little nephew that's 8 years old. And he says, Uncle Floyd, he says, you take this Purple Rabbit's Foot, the Indy Super Pull, and win it. There it is, the Purple Rabbit's Foot.
Purple Rabbit's Foot, and you won here tonight. Listen, it wasn't even close. Tell us about your run.
Well, we never changed anything from the first run. And Jim, now he moved a weight or two back. And Jim got a little bit high. That's all I can say. I come to win, and I done it.
All right, congratulations. Your first win ever here at the Indy Super Pull.
First pull. This is my third, you might say, Grand National that I've ever won.
And how many years have you pulled altogether, including your truck pulling and your tractor pulling?
I suppose a neighborhood of 15 years.
Your biggest moment ever in the history of the sport?
Yep, I believe. And I want to thank all you people for coming and seeing it.
All right, congratulations. Floyd Hilton, maybe the upset of the weekend here at the Nationwide Kendall Indy Super Pull. It was spectacular, and he walked all over Jim Brockman in a major upset here tonight.
Don't miss a Hart Productions event coming to your town. Tune in next and continues his quest for speed, power, and control. Power Pack Motorsports. It's your ringside ticket to excitement.